Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Life in Plastic collection from the brand Colores de Carol. These are available right now, so in the description box I will link the Colores de Carol site, I will link their Instagram page, I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. I will link the Colores de Carol Facebook page, and I will also leave my discount code. It's not an affiliate code, it's just 10% off for you for watching my video. That'll be down there as well as here on the screen. So we do have 7 Barbie inspired polishes to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Glowing Doll, and this one is a Barbie pink Crelly, and it has pink reflective glitter in it. So here's our first coat of Glowing Doll. This one does cover pretty well here on this first coat, not completely opaque, so I am going to go in for a second coat. The formula does apply smoothly, evenly. The glitter that's in here comes out organically, and it is more so embedded in the polish, so it's not something you have to move around. Yum. You are definitely going to want some top coat to finish this one off. It is a reflective glitter, so this does dry to like a super sandy finish. Maybe a second coat of top coat or a glitter smoother underneath your regular top coat, just to make sure everything is nice and smooth. Also, being reflective glitter, I personally find this to be the most difficult kind of glitter to remove, so I do like to soak my nails in or leave an acetone soaked cotton ball on my nails for about 5 minutes, and then it makes it easier to scrub off. So there are 2 coats of Glowing Doll. Up next we have High Bay, and this one is a soft baby pink cream. Here's our first coat of High Bay. This one is pretty sheer here on this first coat. It is a very light color though, so that is to be expected. The formula is excellent though, very smooth, very nice application. It's not totally even, but I do chop most of that up to being the fact that I don't wear base coat whenever I do swatches. So if I did wear base coat, this one would probably be a little bit more even. I do think this is the top pick of the collection for me. I tend to lean towards these softer baby pinks more frequently than any other color out there, so I do really enjoy this one. I did need 3 coats for full opacity, but I do think that also has a lot to do with the fact that I wasn't wearing base coat, just because it seemed a little bit uneven, more so than the opacity not being there. So here's the third coat, and that did cover well in 3 coats for me. You will still want top coat. This is going to dry to a pretty glossy finish, but a top coat will protect your manicure and help it dry even faster. So I do still recommend going in for a top coat for that reason, but nothing dries textured and removal is easy. So there are 3 coats of High Bay. Next up we have Plastic Fantastic, and this one is looking a little bit more red on camera, but it is a bright neon pink cream. Here is our first coat of Plastic Fantastic. This one is pretty well opaque here on this first coat. All things considered, it is a neon and it is a pink, so generally those would be 3 coaters. I mean, not always, but I do in my mind kind of have neon pinks on my radar as 3 coaters, so whenever I find a 2 coater I know it's really good. That being said, this one was a 2 coater for me, but depending on your preferences you might want to go in for 3. If I look really closely I could still make out a little bit of visible nail line. This does dry to kind of a satiny finish per the usual of neons, so if you don't love that look you are going to want top coat to finish this one off as well. I didn't personally have any staining, but I do recommend using some base coat just to cover those bases, so there are 2 coats. Next up we have Pinktastic, and this one is a bright fuchsia pink cream. And here's a quick side-by-side. Here is Pinktastic and here is Plastic Fantastic. They are similar, but they are very different at the same time. Here's our first coat of It's Pinktastic. I do think on the nails this one and the last polish look different, but in the bottle they look very similar. Formula on this is also excellent, about the same opacity, very opaque here on this first coat. 2 coats for full coverage, but just like the last polish. If you are super picky, you might opt to go in for a 3rd. I can make out some nail line in certain lightings with these 2. but in general, I don't think anybody's gonna be close enough to your nails to be able to see your visible nail line. This also dries to that satiny finish, so if you don't love that, top coat is recommended, and I do highly also suggest using a base coat. So there are 2 coats of It's Pinktastic. Up next we have Fun in the Pink Sun, and this one is a purple pink. What is that word? Lilac? But definitely more purple than pink cream. Here's our first coat of Fun in the Pink Sun, and is it orchid? Is that the word I'm thinking of? Is this an orchid? Orchid, lilac, lavender, those three colors really run together for me, but this one in general is very opaque, very smooth. It is 100% chance that I have a cotton fuzzy whenever I'm swatching back to back like that. This is very opaque here in 2 coats. Again, if you're super picky, you might want to go in for a third, but I do think this one is more solidly a 2-coater. It also dries decently glossy. A top coat is just there for protection. So there are 2 coats of Fun in the Pink Sun. Next up we have High Doll, and this one is a Robin's Egg Blue Cream. Here's our first coat of High Doll. This one is decently opaque here on this first coat. It's more of a crelly than a cream. The formula is excellent to work with though. I also needed 3 coats for this polish. I do again think a lot of that has to do with my lack of base coat usage. When polishes are more sheer, I tend to have an issue with more polish sinking into the ridges in my nails and making it look more uneven than it is. So I do apologize for that. I just unfortunately don't have a ton of time to put base coat under all of my swatches. I also with this one did have some pigment chunks hanging around. I'm not really sure if that's just my bottle because I didn't see it in anybody else's swatches, but they are there for me. This is also going to dry on the glossier side. A top coat will help protect your manicure, but nothing dries textured and removal's easy. So there are 3 coats of High Doll. And lastly for today we have Playtime, and this one is a clear base glitter, and it's loaded with a rainbow of star glitters and then matte white glitter. And here I'm going to layer Playtime over a variety of creams and crellies from this collection. I didn't do any kind of fishing. I do think this one is more so meant for glitter placement than just smooth application, but I did want some of those white glitters on my nail anyway, and I'm just kind of showing you organically how it comes out of the bottle rather than placement itself. You're going to want some top coat to smooth this out. These star glitters can dry with some texture, but removal's not overly difficult. There's not an abundance of glitter in here. So there is 1 coat of Playtime over a variety of colors. And here's a look at the collection as a whole. I really enjoy pink nail polish. It is hands down my most used nail polish color out there. This light pink is really speaking to me. I do think that the pink reflective glitter is gorgeous. I know I dog on reflective glitters quite often, but I do think they're pretty. I don't know what it is about them. I just feel like they're underwhelming, but I do think this one is very pretty. I also think this collection works together as a whole very, very well, and I do see the Barbie inspiration behind it. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.